was standing in the back, I was looking at the scene, I was thinking about doing a walk-on. First I do a little yes and I do a little and, try to make the scene as funny as I can. And you know that I don't say no, cause if you say no, then the scene blows, but you don't say no. Cause I'm standing in the back just looking at the scene, still thinking about doing a walk-on. And it'll be good. I was standing in the back, I was looking at the scene, I was thinking about doing a walk-on. First I do a little yes was sitting in the back, I was looking at the scene, I was thinking about doing a walk-on. First I do a little yes and I do a little and, try to make the scene as funny as I can. And you know that I don't say no, cause if you say no, then the scene blows, but you don't say no. Cause I'm sitting in the back just looking at the scene, still thinking about doing a walk-on. And it'll be good.
Can we get a suggestion, please? Come on. Kick it to the breeze. 2, 3, 4. Can I get a suggestion, please?
I was looking at the scene, I was thinking about doing a walk-on. First I do a little yes and I do a little and, try to make the scene as funny as I can. And you know that I don't say no, cause if you say no, then the scene blows, but you don't say no. Cause I'm standing in the back just looking at the scene, still thinking about doing a walk-on. It'll be good. I was sitting in the back, I was looking at the scene, I was thinking about doing a walk-on. First I do a little yes and I do a little and, try to make the scene as funny as I can. And you know that I don't say no, cause if you
Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to the show. Thank you very much for joining us today. It's going to be a really fun one. We have a really awesome group of people ready to perform for you guys tonight. Like I said before, keep them one-word suggestions a coming because we'll use them all night long. Without further ado, if I can find the button, let's introduce tonight's performers. All right, we got Danny Prakaski, Patrick Gramillion, Laura Murley, Rachel Andelman, Ronnie Pascal, that's it, and Julia Tripaldi. That's everybody tonight. Let's go right to the show. Hello, everybody. We're all here. Everyone should be unmuted. Let me know if you can hear people. Let me know if you can see people okay. Let me know if there's any technical difficulties.
Test.
Can you hear Danny saying test? Oh, we'll have to wait 20 seconds.
Test.
Meg on the internet says it sounds great. Thanks, Meg. You know what? VIP Meg on the internet. Hello. What's up with that? I've only done this once before. It's such a long name. Internet. Boom. She's a VIP now. All right. Anyway, we're gonna get started. We got a lot of fun stuff planned for you tonight. Just to start things off, we're gonna play a game we love to play here. That's a little game called Press Conference.
Very short song.
Press Conference is
surprisingly short.
it's a nice little stinger. They call them stingers in the business, I think, or stings. I don't know. But so press conference is Ronnie's gonna run a press conference on a specific topic. We're gonna use one of your suggestions, and the rest of us are gonna press conference about it. So let's go with cumulonimbus. I like cumulonimbus. So without further ado, Ronnie, take it away.
Hi everyone. I'm here today to talk about clouds. I'm really proud of my research that I've done in cloud research. They're beautiful, they're great. And I'm just going to open up the floor to anyone. Hi, Danny, you have a question?
Yeah, this is Danny Crabtree from the Dallas Star. My readers all want to know, when we're talking clouds, how can we vape harder and how can we make our clouds bigger?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I didn't research that specifically, but if we were to vape, there are two correlations between clouds and vape clouds, and usually it's just the moisture in the air, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about clouds in the sky, right? I love the sun, I love the clouds, I love God, amongst all other things. Hi, Meg Cynic. Just kidding. Chris with the fake nameplate on his computer.
Crap. When I pull up to a red light, like I want to really be able to blow people's mind with like the fog rolling out of my front seat of my car. Like, how can I get that to happen, man?
I mean, that's not what I'm here to talk about, but a little secret I have. The way you could get that to happen is you could harness a cloud, and I have just the technology for that. I want to unveil my new cloud maker machine, and it is this right here. It's a can of PBR. If you put PBR into a cloud, you could harness whatever you want. Mind blown. Am I correct? Question, Juliet, go.
Hi, thanks so much for coming to speak with us today. I just have a question. As someone who has been trying to cloud wrangle for years, I've only been able to wrangle up to cloud 8, and I wonder if you could tell us how we can get to that cloud 9.
Oh man, I'm not an expert in dating advice. Cloud 9 is for daters. I have not dated in 42 years. But if I were to date, I would say sweep them off their feet, bring them to a cloud. It always works. But that's off the record. Hi, Laura Murley.
Hi, yes, I am a young teen with asthma, and I'm really passionate about vaping clouds, about blowing the clouds out as big as I can, but my asthma sometimes prevents me from blowing as big a clouds as my classmates, and it kind of embarrasses me. So how do I get more confidence to work harder and blow bigger clouds?
You're kind of asking the wrong person because my confidence is at a 0 today. I just want to talk about clouds, and you guys are like kind of embarrassing me, even though I want to do this thing.
You know what's good for your confidence?
Hmm.
Vaping.
Yeah.
All right, next question, Patrick. Go.
Yes, Patrick, son of the editor-in-chief of the Wall Street Journal. I want to blow clouds like the Gandalf. I wants to be Hobbit. Can I be Hobbit? I wants to be Hobbit.
You want to be a hobbit. That's what you want the most out of life.
He
right now.
wants to be Hobbit.
I wants to be Hobbit. Blow a cloud like Gandalf. I wants to be Hobbit. I'm 37. I own 4 companies, but I wants to be Hobbit.
I'm here to talk about cumulonimbus clouds. I'm here to talk about stratus clouds. I'm here to talk about puffy clouds.
Will he be hobbits?
Do you know how to be a hobbit?
I paid you $700. Make me a Hobbit, please.
You know what? Since you put it that way, we can meet in the back. I kidnapped Peter Jackson, and he is going to makes you a hobbit tonight. Just don't tell anyone. It's off the record.
Thank you.
Any further questions before we conclude this press conference? Hi, yes, you, front row, center.
Hi, I'm Rachel Miller from the Miller Rachel Press, and I love doing 2 things. I love smoking my vapes and watching cartoon animals fight. But whenever I take a vape smoke, the smoke gets so big that it obscures the cartoon animals as they're fighting, and I can't see what's going on. And I'm like, that looks like an exciting fight I would be loving to see right now. How can I vape without obscuring the action of cartoon animals?
Yes.
You children all want to vape. You're all, 13, 14 years old? Should you be vaping? No, that's not what we're here for. Laura, you have a question. What is it?
Yeah, so I am also God following, like a couple people mentioned, including yourself, and they say that the clouds come from God's vapes. So I just want to know, like, where does God's vape cartridges go?
God's vape cartridges? God's vape cartridges are only for God to know. I don't know anything about that. Do you know what? When I was a little kid, I wasn't worried about vaping. I was worried about studying clouds, and that is why I have.
We're worried about studying clouds too.
Yeah.
I brought a vape for everyone. I thought maybe we could do one big cumulative vape and make our own Cloud 9. What do you guys say?
Do you mean cumulus vape?
Yes.
That was good. I have Cloud Strife here with me right now, but I don't want to put him away, but I think I have to because he doesn't really go with any of that stuff. But goodbye, Cloud. It was nice hanging out with you. I had to put him. There we go. He's gone. Cloud's gone. All
Do you
right.
mean your judgment will be clear now, or
Was
no?
that?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Game number 2 happening right now. What's the game? We don't know. It's challenge. All right. Challenge is a very simple game where we have a debate. It's going to be moderated by the Honorable Mr. Daniel Prakaski, and he is going to try and keep this element of decorum here. We need a one-word suggestion to get started. I'm going to go back a little bit because we have so many lined up. This is great. Goldfish is the suggestion. Mr. Prakaski, please.
Goldfish. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Koi Kingdom, the home of all things fish. Today, we've assembled a panel of the brightest minds in goldfish to discuss the topic. To get us started, Rachel, please tell us what you think about goldfish.
I have so much to tell you about this iconic animal. Some people believe that the memories of goldfish are quite short. Our recent research actually suggests this isn't true at all. With double-blind tests, we have determined that goldfish can actually remember up to 5 months worth of memories.
Challenge.
Ronnie, your challenge.
I eat goldfish every day, and they don't remember a damn thing that I've ever said to them.
Continue. What other problems do you have with these goldfish that you eat?
They're absolutely delicious, but they don't remember a word that I've said to them, right? So when I'm eating them, I'm crying into them. They're like getting soggy. They get soggy very quickly.
Challenge.
Laura, your challenge.
When you cry into something, it doesn't taste very good to eat it afterwards.
Tell us more about your experience crying into food.
when you cry into food, it adds salt, but not the good kind of salt, like Himalayan sea salt or even like garlic salt or onion salt. It's like a soggy kind of salt that's dispersed
Challenge.
and wet.
Chris, your challenge.
Your own tears taste terrible, but the tears of your enemies are the sweetest nectar of all.
Yes, they are. Please continue.
When you've gathered the tears of your enemies, it really helps if you use a eardropper to get those tears out right as they come out of the eyeball. You put them fresh into a jar, a little oregano, a little basil, a little toasted rosemary. You put that on top of a fresh green salad. That'll go great. You can also use it in your basting if you're going to make a turkey, if you're going to make any kind of poultry. You want to make sure you have some celery in there, some stuffing. Also, just as a base for your starter, if you're going to make some sourdough bread, the tears of your enemies are great because the natural salt content and the yeastiness.
Juliet, your challenge.
I mean, tears of your enemies, they are delicious, but they're very high in calories, and eating your actual emotions is a lot more low cal.
Okay, give us more dietary tips.
So, people traditionally for eons have been eating what is known as food, but new science says that what we should actually be eating is our emotions. So, for example, if you're feeling sad, don't turn to food, actually eat your sadness. So in this case, this would be like hyperventilating, crying uncontrollably, and then trying to externalize that and then huff it very quickly into your mouth.
Challenge.
Rachel, your challenge.
I am afflicted with a disorder that many people are afflicted with, which is overly controlled crying. We have way too much control over when our crying begins and ends, and therefore we can't accomplish the task which Juliet is telling us to do.
Challenge.
Laura, your challenge.
Crying by nature is a being overcome with emotions in such a way that you cannot control it. It's spewing both physical and emotional energy all at once. It is alienating and binding.
Patrick, your challenge.
I've never cried, and I'm fine. I'm normal.
Tell us how well adjusted you are.
I work at IHOP. I'm the manager of the IHOP.
Challenge.
Rachel, your challenge.
No one really works at IHOP because it's too fun a place.
Continue.
Fucker.
So obviously we understand that there's a spectrum where one end of the spectrum is work and one end of the spectrum is fun. And I would say that anyone who is inside of an IHOP surrounded by all those pancakes must be, by definition, toward the fun end of the spectrum. Therefore, there's no such...
Ronnie, your challenge.
I have never had a good time in an IHOP ever.
Whoa. Can that be so?
Yeah. So the only time I've ever gone to IHOP is when I'm already very drunk, right? And I'm already crying into my food. My pancakes get very salty. I see people at the next table selling drugs.
Challenge!
Rachel, your challenge.
Pancakes can never get salty. They can only turn into waffles.
Challenge! Stop telling these truths! Stop! It's my secret! No! IHOP is so wonderful! Why did you tell them?
Patrick, warn people about IHOP.
No, it's so bad! Spiders are everywhere! Bees are in all the meals! Don't work here! It's so bad! Owie, it hurts!
Challenge.
Juliet, your challenge.
I'm pretty sure that Applebee's is the only restaurant where there are bees in your food.
Yeah, you're right. Go ahead.
Challenge.
Laura, your challenge.
There are almost every restaurant sells honey, and technically honey comes from bees. So bees in your food is everywhere.
Challenge.
Ronnie, your challenge.
Not one single Italian restaurant I've ever been to sells honey.
What do Italian restaurants sell?
My father's a chef and he sells pizza and pasta and good food. Not one single time is there honey listed on his menu. That would be cuckoo bird if he was
Challenge.
to do that.
It's
Chris, your challenge.
It's absolute insanity that someone's menu item would just be the words "good food."
What should menus look like?
They should have specific items of food. What meat is in there? What other thing besides meat? Is it pasta? Are there spices?
Challenge. No, I think
challenge.
you need to earn your food. I think menus should be like fucking Jorge Luis Borges novels, where like it's just all like, you read a poem and that's supposed to mean lasagna.
Patrick,
Challenge.
explain to us. Laura, your challenge.
I think menus should be a series of games where you connect the dots to form different pictures.
So
of things.
Laura and Patrick, I want you to actually tag team on this to explain how that will make the restaurant experience more pleasing.
It should just be like Saw. Every meal should be like you go in and there's a little note on the floor on the wall, and it's just 2 suns at night, an old
Laura?
man at day.
Absolutely. And it's run by a Jigsaw-esque person who never got to go to a restaurant because he was too busy making riddles. And then he really resents all the people who just get to solve the riddles.
Patrick?
It has to be a person who's never had food and it makes him bitter.
Mm-hmm.
Like
he only has an IV drip of essential nutrients, not because of a medical condition, just because his mom was really strict.
He's
Juliet,
the
your
foodler.
challenge.
I feel like a hobbit would be much better suited for this position.
Explain.
Well, hobbits are known for their poly meals where they have first breakfast, second breakfast, third breakfast. I mean, talking about a serial killer Jack-in-the-Box here, they don't know anything about food. All they know about is revenge.
Challenge.
Laura, your
Hobbits
challenge.
don't wear shoes, and you need to wear shoes to work in a kitchen.
Touche.
There's no arguing with that. I think we've had a very productive discussion on goldfish today. Thank you all for coming to the Koi Kingdom.
All right, the Koi Kingdom. What a time it was. What times we had in the Koi Kingdom. All right, everybody, keep those suggestions coming. I'm seeing a lot of really good quirks on the suggestion board right now in the chat. So we're going to need those in a few games. But right now, we're going to play a little bit of a different game. That game we're going to play right now is called Actor's Nightmare. Actor's Nightmare, one person's going to have a script. That's Juliet. The other person's got no script, and they are going to improvise. That is Rachel. Rachel and Juliet will not take a suggestion for this one because they have the script. So, unless you'd like a suggestion, would you like a suggestion, Rachel?
No.
No suggestion needed. All right, without further ado, take it away.
I'm sorry.
Oh, honey, don't be sorry about last night. You know, it happens to everyone.
Why what?
Why am I mentioning last night? Well, I thought it was notable. It really did go, some would say it did go off the rails. I am always up for anything you want, though.
No, I didn't know if you were talking to me, so...
Oh, you're curious about whether I'm talking to you or the juggler we still have in the closet. No, I was talking to you the whole time. We don't talk to him, that's part of it.
Well, I just didn't want to assume.
No, that's very fair. There's so many levels to role play, and sometimes I get lost in the majesty as well.
Anyway, sorry. Hi.
Hello. Isn't it nice to start off a morning with just simple hellos after the circus we held last night in our bedroom?
No, I mean, I don't know. I can't really think of much to say, probably.
That's fine. Sometimes when I have a bout of lovemaking that's so complex, I am mute for days, if not weeks. It really interferes with my professional life, but I think it's more than worth it.
I mean, it's okay if you want to sit down here. I didn't mean to.
It's fine. I know that I'm not allowed to sit there per our role-playing agreement, which we signed last night.
It's okay, really.
Listen, I really wish you would take our role-playing rules more seriously. We wrote hundreds of them so that we could get it right this time.
Rockville Center.
Right, we are just two minors at Rockville Center who have discovered that we have deep feelings for each other. And of course the juggler comes later.
The weirder part is I think I actually recognize you. I thought that earlier in the diner, and that's why I was looking at you. You work at Borders, right?
Oh, I work at a border of a mining town, which also has a bookshop.
Really? Because
Listen, I'm gonna break kayfabe for a second here, just for one moment. Honey, are you enjoying this sexual adventure we're having? Or do you feel like it's time that we moved on back to our, true personas, as they say?
because I go there all the time, I don't think I ever saw you before.
Honey, are you saying that you don't see me when we're making love? You see one of your other hundreds of exes? Because that's a real conversation we need to have.
I don't have one.
You don't have a conversation in you? You don't have a heart to heart inside your heart to have with my heart right now? Heart to heart?
I noticed your hair. I guess it made an impression on me, and that's why I was pretty sure I recognized you.
That's true. I did make my hair exactly like a miner would have it in the 1800s. I hope that enriched your experience.
I like it.
And I like you, and that's why I thought we should role play together.
Yeah, Tom Waits says it's in.
Tom Waits is also in our closet. I forgot.
I can't remember.
It's okay. Your character is bad at having memory. That's part of it.
I don't really know how.
You don't know how to get Tom Waits out of our closet? Well, that's fine. I have a skeleton key.
You think that could possibly be a full-time job? How many hair colors could there be?
Listen, Tom Waits is a job and a person. And does he have to dye his hair a lot? That's true. But I called him and I'm like, Tom, my wife and I need a sexual adventure pronto. And he was happy to comply.
I'm sure you would.
He is a wonderful man once you get to know him, which is not easy.
You sure? That doesn't sound right.
No, me and Tom Waite have been brothers in arms for years. But I don't want to get started on our long, complicated relationship.
Oh, I doubt that's the case.
I don't want to get started. You got me. I am happy to talk about it. We met in 1994.
Sorry, I was just trying to be nice.
That's fine. No one wants to hear about my deep, longing friendship with Tom Waits.
Scene. That's the end. No more text.
All right then, that's one way of doing it. We got it. That was nice. Tom Waits and the miner and the juggler in the closet. Wait, was Tom Waits the juggler?
I'll let the viewer decide.
Only we will know the truth.
Okay, so anybody in the audience, anyone who can possibly tell what movie that was from, please throw it up in the chat. And not you because you cheated, Liz, and not you, Meg, because you were the one that picked that script. So
This is the first time I have no idea.
oh wow, we've stumped Danny. So this is pretty big. I'm gonna give a hint. Okay, Brendan guessed it. I'm gonna give a hint. All the discussion about hair color in Rockville Center are two dead giveaways for that.
Oh, is it?
Don't say it.
Does it start with an S?
Yes. No, it
Okay.
doesn't. No, it doesn't. I'm wrong. No, sorry.
Yes, no.
I mean, one of the words does.
The first word doesn't?
No.
Hmm.
So Brendan got it. All right. Well, we'll just leave that up there for later if anyone wants to figure out what that was. All right. We're going to move on to our next game. Our next game is going to be a crazy one. It is. I know what you're thinking. Questions only, but it's not the usual questions only. No. We are going to wait. Shit, but that was the wrong one. Hold on. It's not the
I liked it.
It's not the usual questions only. No, we are going to switch it up and we're going to combine it with another game where A to Z, where you have to say every line each person says has to start with the next letter of the alphabet. So if I say, "Are you okay?" someone else says, "Barely okay," or some crap like that. So it's A, B, C, D, but it can only be questions also. So this is going to be crazy, going to be challenging. We're going to start with Juliet and Ronnie. It's going to be elimination style. So when someone's out, someone else is going to come back in. And we're going to keep going until everyone's gone. All right. So, ready? Let's do this. Oh, your suggestion. Your suggestion is pancake. Even though we just did, what's it called? Baleen. Baleen is your suggestion.
Are you sure you want to name our child Baleen?
Baleen is French?
Because your mother said so?
Doesn't it seem like we always do what my mom says?
I don't have it.
All right. Ronnie's out. Pat's in. Pat's also
Pat,
muted.
you're muted.
Oh, I didn't realize it worked like that either. That
Do
people-
I look French?
Oh, he went back to
Wait.
D on you. You know what?
Oh.
Let's skip E. Let's skip E.
Oh,
Go right
shit,
to F. Go right to F.
French. Isn't it crazy?
How can anyone look French?
No. G comes after F. All right. Juliet is out. Laura
I
is
didn't
in.
need the alphabet. Oh, shit.
Laura, you're up. Your letter is G.
So hard. Guess that means we'll have to keep going with that name.
All right, that was a statement. All right, Laura's out. Danny P is in. Your letter. We're gonna go to H. You got an easy one.
How did we pick Baleen?
I wonder why you would ask such a question.
That's a statement.
That is a statement. He's
No.
dying. All right, Patrick's out. Rachel's in. Let's go right to J for Rachel.
Just wondering, is Baleen a deal breaker?
It's K.
This is hard. I don't have it.
All right, we cruised through the entire crew pretty quickly on that one. So maybe we should do another round. I don't know. Are you guys just like so burned out?
Yeah, let's do,
All
that
right,
was
we're
our
gonna-
warm up.
All right, that was the warm-up round. Okay.
I know the alphabet now.
Now,
And I know what a question is. It's not just upspeak, apparently.
All you gotta do is just go up at the end. That's
Huh?
it. That counts.
I was trying to do that, and normally I upspeak every sentence, so
I'm having a lot of fun.
I think.
That was a statement.
This game is
Okay.
really intuitive.
Oh God.
I'm glad to see Rachel's note in the chat.
Rachel just typed out the alphabet for all of us.
Thank
to
you,
keep track.
Rachel. That was
I
helpful.
saw.
Like to cheat.
So, do we want to get another suggestion?
Yeah,
The
let's
funny thing is, I saw the alphabet in the chat, and I still fucked up.
let's get another suggestion. I'm gonna go back. There was a lot. All right. Budman put in zombie, so we're gonna start with zombie.
Who
Let's
put zombie? I want to make sure I attribute it to the right person.
Joshua Budman.
Cool. Hi, Joshua.
He usually is in the show, but he's watching tonight. From Montreal. Everyone say hi to him in Canada. Can we come move in with you and marry you so that we don't have to live in America anymore?
Yeah, can we all marry you?
polygamy is legal in Canada, right?
Yeah. Hopefully. All right, so we're going to start a different letter. We're going to start at L, and the suggestion is zombie. Rachel, you are in, and we're going to go back to the top of the order, and that means first one out, Ronnie, right? Ronnie. All right. Ronnie and Rachel, take it away. L, zombie. Rachel, you're up.
Lewis, have you seen the air rifle? Have you seen it?
May I let you borrow this one?
No.
Oh, I thought that you would like that. You don't?
Please, per favore, could you actually get the one that shoots the zombies in the head and not the nuts?
Questions. You have a good one?
Rebuttal, are you stalling because you've lost it?
Say my name, will you?
All right, he's out. We're gonna put Juliet in. Juliet's in. And Juliet,
S or T?
your letter is S.
Okay. Sorry, could you repeat that?
Tuesday, is that a good day for you for me to repeat that when I'm dead in the ground because all the zombies have gotten us?
Can we revisit this topic later? I'm worried about making a question out of this.
Visiting hell, does that sound fun to you when all the zombies eat us because we don't have the air rifle because you won't give it to me?
Why are you using that tone?
Excuse me? You think that I'm using a tone?
I would have counted that, but all right. Rachel's out. Patrick's in. Patrick, your letter is X. I'm not gonna go by it.
Xylophone, want to play one?
You are asking if I can play a musical instrument at a time like this?
Oh wait, I'm sorry. It's Y. Sorry. I didn't forgot the alphabet for it. You're still in. Go. Continue.
Zounds, that perplexes you?
Hey.
A bit of confusion over here?
All right, Juliet's out. Laura, you are in. Wait, did you already go? No. Laura's in. Your letter is B. Go.
By the way, what point were we at here?
Can you repeat that?
Giorno could be good pizza if he maybe.
Oh God.
I'm sorry.
DiGiorno.
I'm sorry. The end.
You know what? Let's call it.
This game is hard.
I got something, guys. I got something in the chat. Now I don't know what to say because Chadwick Boseman died.
I saw that on Twitter and I was freaking out.
The Black Panther fucking died.
Can you believe he had stage 4 colon cancer? I didn't even know he had cancer at all.
What?
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow.
Apparently he's had it for a long time too, and has still been like filming stuff and doing all this work in between treatments, and nobody he kept it pretty quiet.
Oh my God, I had no idea. That's crazy.
It's so nuts. Yeah.
Too young. That sucks.
Man, all right, so
Sorry, I'm sorry.
comedy show.
I didn't mean to sabotage your comedy show, Chris.
No, it's big news. It's big news.
Should we try to make a joke about it?
Oh God.
I'm fine.
No, too soon. Well, the other side is comedy and tragedy, right? They're two sides of the same coin.
Yeah, but this is tragedy, so close to time that it's at the intersection
It's
point.
too soon, I believe, is the words. All right.
It's the colon between comedy and tragedy.
Oh no.
Time.
Okay.
That was a good joke.
So I hear that I'm gonna find some people to date during this show. Is that true?
Wait, what? Oh, yeah, you are, because the next game we're playing is Oh,
no, I went
man.
totally off the rails. Is that cool?
No, that was the smoothest fucking segue I've ever heard in my life.
I mean, nothing turns anyone on more than tragedy, right? Now I need a beat.
Oh man. Oh my God. Also, so we're gonna play dating game. Thank you for these quirks. We have tons of quirks. I'm gonna be so looking through all the things now to find these quirks through the tears. I will try to find the quirks.
Okay, should I mute my computer's audio now so I can't hear you?
Well, one quick thing. If you hear snaps, audience, if you hear these snaps, it means she's on the right track. That's my way of telling her that's the audience stuff. And if you hear these coughs, it means you're on the wrong track. You can mute your stuff now. Basically, Laura's going to leave the room. She's going to be on the dating game show, and she's going to have 3 eligible contestants that she's trying to date. So she'll have questions for them, but each of these contestants are going to have weird quirks, and she's going to have to try to guess those quirks based on the question answers that they give her. So, all right, from the audience, we have tons of quirks.
Now do I turn off my computer's sound?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
please, so you can't hear us. Shit, I hope she can't hear us. Okay.
Wait, while you're looking for quirks. Hey, Laura, come back.
Good test.
Okay, we're good. Yeah.
Okay. I can't tell if this is a quirk or if it was like something that happened, because we did do this. Is just watch all the Marvel movies in one nonstop marathon. Meg, timing. Let's see. Oh God. Slowly removing their teeth one by one. Oh God, that's rough.
Yikes.
Relates everything to ancient Greece. That's just Meg in real life. Fell into a canyon and can't get out. If any of these are calling, guys, any of these are calling to you, just claim them. All right.
I'll take
I
it. I'll
love the
take.
ancient.
All
Go
right.
ahead, Patrick.
I was gonna take Canyon.
All right. Patrick.
I'll take ancient Greece. If I
Okay.
may.
And tongue.
Be the tooth one.
You want the tooth one? There's
there-
also tongue is slowly melting. Has been banned from all Trader Joe's. Someone whose kink is littering. Pretends everything is bread.
If anyone wants my Canyon one, I'll take Trader Joe's too.
Take whatever one you want. All right, you're Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is plotting to steal the world's semicolons? Oh, here's one. Still can't quite believe that everything isn't necessarily made out of cake. Oh, because that got passed over a couple weeks ago. Rachel, you got any? Or you want me to pick one for you?
I'm the. Oh, do I need another one? I thought I was the tooth one.
Oh, you're the tooth one. Okay. All right. Cool. So, Rachel, you are slowly pulling out your teeth one by one. Danny relates everything to ancient Greece. Are you muted right now, Laura? Can you hear us? Good.
She still can't hear us. Okay.
Patrick is banned from all the Trader Joe's. All right. Let's call her back in.
Great.
Come on in, Laura. All right. And welcome to the dating game, everybody. Here we are once again. Oh, yeah. Whoa, that's not how you stop the music. There we go. All right. Hi, Laura. How you doing?
I'm pretty good.
All right. Well, Laura, we've got 3 eligible people here for you to date. And we're just going to have you ask a few questions, get to know them a little bit better. So without further ado, Laura, take it away.
Okay. Eligible person number 1. First off, do you guys have designated numbers 1, 2, and 3?
Yeah, I'm contestant number 1.
You're contestant number 1. Okay, I love that for you. Contestant number 1, where would you take me on a first date, especially if you weren't sure if I was weird or not?
Well, I think a public setting is always a great place for a first date. I would want to take us out into an open forum, a place where everyone of the city-state can come together and have their ideas be heard and worship whatever gods they may please.
Oh, okay, cool. I love worshiping gods and then just changing my mind and worshiping other gods. So that's super cool. Contestant number 2.
Hi.
Hi. If I was worshiping a god that you were not into, like, what would you do?
I know where I wouldn't be able to take you.
Okay, cool.
What I would do though is I'd be dreaming about taking you there, and maybe we could sneak in, and I'd make you samosas. I'd use their oven too. I've done that. That got me banned in the Fresno one.
Oh, samosas, like, wait, what is that?
Oven samosas. They sell the best samosas and frozen products. I love them with my life. They are Christ to me.
Oven samosas. Okay, I don't think I've heard of oven samosas, but I have an open mind, so
They also have a great variant of Oreo.
okay. Gotcha. Contestant number 3. If we had to go to a restaurant that didn't have a great variety of Oreos, what restaurant would you take me to?
What is it? I love, I love, have you ever heard of Olive Garden?
I have heard of.
Yeah, I really love the bread. Oh fuck. I really love the. I really love the. Oh my god. I really love their bread and their rigatoni is just to die for. Oh my god.
Mhm.
So that's where I would go.
Okay, cool. That's super interesting. Okay, I'm gonna go back to contestant number 1, so just hold tight. Um,
Oh, hold
contestant
on.
number 1, um, you know, would you say that there's a method to your madness?
Yes, I would. I would
Okay.
say there's a method to my madness. And I am constantly inspired by the great minds of the Hellenistic world. And one
Oh.
guy who sure had a lot of method to his madness, Pythagoras. Am I right?
Mm,
He taught us so much about the order of the universe. I mean,
triangles. Yeah.
there's lots we can learn. There's lots we can learn from Pythagoras and his people.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. That is an interesting thing to me. Contestant number 2, what is your favorite movie?
My favorite movie would have to be the film 2 Days in New York, because there's a half-second scene where Chris Rock, his character, walks by my favorite chain grocery store, which I am no longer allowed in just because I'm a fervent admirer. I admire it. Just because I show love for this store, they will never let me into any of them. I have to shop at Gelson's like an asshole.
Oh, I've never heard of Gelson's like an asshole.
It's for
Um,
pigs and slop men. I am a man of taste. I love wearing Hawaiian shirts.
oh man.
Would you like to wear a Hawaiian shirt I made for you?
I actually am into Hawaiian shirts. Yeah.
This is gonna be good. I hope you like breaking laws to get into places.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that I like breaking laws, but I'm okay with it. I'm breaking law neutral, if that makes sense.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like honestly it's been a little bit harder to get to know you than some of the others, but I do have to move on because we have a time thing and it's weird, this whole
You gotta
like
trade off someone else. I got you. I got you.
yeah. Um so contestant number 3, would you say that you're like part of the medical profession
Um,
or
so I my parents definitely wanted me to become a doctor. I thought I would pursue, a more like liberal arts, path. Uh, oh my god! Oh fuck me. Um,
oh
You're
my.
so
bleeding a
I've been.
lot.
Oh yeah, it's you know what? It's part of my process as an artist.
She's done it the whole time.
I'm sorry. What were
Oh,
we
so
not?
you guys all like know each other?
We all know each other. We
Okay.
talked. We talked before the dating show started. Um.
Okay. Oh my God, I'm the odd one out. So
Yeah.
okay.
But I'm doing some art. I have an installation. Um. At a community art center. I would take you there. We would look at those. Wait a second.
I love that.
Yeah. Just Oh, sorry, I'm not used to.
No, yeah, I am worried for your safety, to be honest, but I do love your ideas and your thoughts and everything else that you're bringing to the table besides,
Yeah, just a second.
okay. I'm contestant number 1. I think, you've said some interesting things that I don't really know how to take, to be honest. So like I'm wondering are you Socrates?
I wish.
Oh. Okay.
God. I mean, I'm just so tired of living in America in the 21st century. And if I could be like Socrates in that time in that place of the world, I would just die happy.
Oh man. That's a feeling that I honestly don't hear a lot of people express. Because that time period was pretty rough. I would
Sure,
say.
there was the Trojan War, and there were all sorts of crazy misdeeds committed against man by the gods, but I still think it was pretty cool.
Yeah, is that because you're unsatisfied with what's going on with you right now, like your current situation?
No comment.
Oh gosh. Okay. That's your right. So, okay. Contestant number 2, what is your prison record? Like what's your
Arrested for breaking in and entering various locations of a store I am no longer allowed to say the name of. I'll tell you what, though. The one on La Brea, I kiss it every time I go by it. I send a little kiss. I miss it. I have to shop at Ralph's like a fuck if I'm at La Brea.
Honestly, like I've never been to Ralph's, so I don't know what it means to be at Ralph's as a fuck.
It's a grocery store. It's like
Normal.
Kroger or Smith's.
Okay.
I've been there.
Okay. We are gonna go straight to the guessing
Okay.
because we have one more game. So let's go with the first. Let's go with Danny P. What do you think?
Yeah.
Danny P is?
Honestly, I have no fucking idea who any of these people are. I am just gonna say for Danny, oh my god,
I think for each of them, they might be simpler than you think.
Yeah, don't complicate it.
Yeah,
you
don't
pretty much had
complicate
it. You pretty much had it for Danny.
Yeah.
Aristotle? No, because you said 21st century. Who in the 21st century
He's obsessed with ancient Greece.
Who in the 21st century is what?
has a method to anything that they do?
We're gonna call. He's obsessed with ancient Greece.
Okay.
Patrick, this might be West Coast specific. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I'll give you a
Being
hint.
obsessed with ancient Greece?
No. For
No,
Patrick.
Patrick's.
This has something to do with the shirt I'm actually wearing right now. So
Trying to think of what are like grocery store. It's like I have to shop at Wegmans like an animal. I have to shop at Wegmans like an animal.
I gotta go.
Are you banned from Whole Foods?
Oh, so close, so close.
Are you
Tiki theme.
are you banned from Trader Joe's?
Okay, and I think Rachel's is the simplest one of all. I mean,
Rachel, do you just have a bloody nose? Are you pulling out your own teeth? Hell yeah.
It's like so horrifying.
All right.
Yeah, I took notes and I wrote down teeth falling out, pulling out teeth and sneezing, bleeding.
I love that you took
Teeth on the
notes.
face.
That's awesome.
I
All
also
right.
love that you hated pulling out your own teeth. I wasn't sure if you were gonna like love ripping out your own teeth.
shopping at Ralph's like a fuck. I'm gonna have to shop at
See,
fucking.
there's not a Ralph's around me, so I was like, what is Ralph's? Does it have
man.
like I got that it was a grocery store, but I wasn't sure if it had a connotation that I didn't understand.
I mean, it's like shopping at Albertsons like a fuck, shopping at Kroger like a piece of shit.
Yeah, going to Super King like a fuck. You know, going to.
Whatever your local, the grocery chain I shop at currently. Like, yeah, whatever your like.
Ooh, what's
grocery.
Like my local bodega?
Or not even bodega, more like just like a mainstream grocery store.
Like Gristedes, going to Gristedes like a fuck.
Ronnie said C-Town, baby, in the chat, which is true.
All right. You know what that means.
HEB for all you Texas boys and girls.
What does it mean? I don't know.
All right, we're going to play a radio call-in. We got two hosts that are the people who I am about to say, who are Laura and Pat. They're going to host a radio call-in show based on a specific topic from the audience. Going back to the list of one-word suggestions, our one-word suggestion for this show is I want to get one from someone new. I've been getting up from the same people. Soap carving. Soap carving is your suggestion.
Okay, cool.
So these guys are going to host a show about soap carving or whatever it is that inspires them. And people are going to call in and we're going to have some fun with it. All right, so without further ado, take it away.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
We are here to talk about the different ways that cleanliness can influence culture.
And it intersects through a little art known as soap carving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I carved my soap to look like Johnny Depp in Edward Scissorhands. And
I saw that. Full disclosure, we are married and we do love it. And soap we feel crucial to our relationship, right?
It's a language of love. Soap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When you buy a different brand of soap, I can tell like where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like we have various soaps to denote various emotions. Sad soaps, happy soaps, melancholy soaps, soaps of longing, soaps of loathing, anger.
We need to reassess this because we're not really sure where we're at. Soaps of
a lot of those soaps lately. A lot of those unsure soaps.
Speaking of reassessment, do we want to bring in someone new to spice things up a little bit, like say a caller?
Oh, yes. And I'm seeing an interesting little list here forming. And I think Big Tony from Rikers is on the line. Big Tony from Rikers. Come on in, Sopateer. What do you got to say, bud? Yes.
Hey.
Hi, I'm on the air.
Yes.
Cool. So yeah, I heard you guys talking about soap carving, and soap is one of the things they let us have in here. And I was just wondering what sort of uses could things that I carve out of soap have? Is soap strong enough to cut through a man's skin?
If you mean cut through a man's skin, cleanse their pores, absolutely.
I mean, cut through their skin and make the blood come out, and maybe they die.
Now there are various tantric soap acts that cause these sort of these accidents to occur, like bloodletting and whatnot. But that's for a highly advanced soap carver. That's a level 7. That's a part you have to have at least read 7 chapters of our book, Soap for Hope.
That sounds pretty tough. Could I make a key that would function in a lock out of soap?
I mean, you can honestly make anything out of soap if you believe, but the question is, are you really at that level, sir? And is that really what is appropriate for your situation? Like, if you really sit back and assess where you're at, you now here, not in your imagination, not like in, I'm just going to call in and say whatever, like, are you there? You're going to do it. If not, you're not going to do it.
You're right. I'm just going to keep putting it in socks and beating people with it. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're so welcome, babe.
Wow, what an interesting character.
Yeah,
What a,
I loved that, and I think that we really got through to him on a level.
I think we healed him a bit. I feel like we're gonna have a lot of less soaps of confusion, moving forward. I think the soaps are gonna be a little less melancholy. I feel maybe not. I don't know. I don't.
Well,
We-
is there one you're connecting to right now, especially, or do you want me to pick the next one?
I'm feeling, you know, uh, Beatrix from Worcester.
Okay.
I'm Worcester. I'm Dorchester strong, actually.
And I
so.
love that for you because I don't know how to pronounce that. So go for it.
Yeah, Beatrix from Worcester. Come on in.
Hey guys,
George.
thanks so much for having me on. If you put a little soap on your tongue, it helps to roll the word a little bit. It's Worcester, but no, you're doing great. Listen, I wanted to call in because you were looking for maybe a new suds lover.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. We love people who love soap. Because for us it's not really about the person, it's about the soap,
Yeah.
I 100% agree. And do you know the movie? It's a little small movie, Fight Club.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so that movie is based off of me, like the soap making. So
Oh, wow.
I was working for a hospital stealing human fat, and what some people would just throw in the trash. I was like, this is where magic is
No,
made.
you gotta hustle.
A fun little connection. The audiobook for Soap to Hope is read by Meatloaf. It's narrated by Meatloaf, who he was a supporting actor in Fight Club. That's fun. This is good.
Meatloaf was actually one of my former lovers. So,
Oh,
Ooh,
wow.
love that. Love
Man.
that.
well, listen, you just give me a call. You have my number, so just let me know later if you're interested.
Okay,
Yeah,
we're
definitely.
gonna talk it over in our
Mhm.
weekly couples meeting, and then we'll
Mhm.
get back to you for sure.
Oh,
Yes.
this is
way,
Uber
we'll get
and
back to you.
Levels. I
Have
just
a
I have the hiccups, so I'm sorry about that, but it is just a feature of my reality. So
you always have the hiccups when we're hosting.
yeah. Whew, I apologize.
I'm gonna have an anger soap tonight.
I didn't mean that to ruin anything for you. I didn't mean it to. I
It's
think
okay.
okay.
It's
I mean,
okay.
how are we going to bring someone else into this if we're not confident in this? Like we need to be a brick house. We need to be a brick soap house.
I'm sorry. This is. I have deep seated. My mother would never give me soap, and that hole in my heart, I've tried to fill with all the soap I can, and sometimes
And I want to fill you, but I can't fill you on my own. You need to fill yourself. Do you see that?
Yes, I have to see this. I have to see this. Oh, we have MILF Wilkerson from OnlyFans. Wow,
Oh, I love that site.
that's
It's
so.
gorgeous. Welcome.
I don't know what it is.
Hi, first time caller, long time listener. I started an OnlyFans to show my support for sudsy things, but it was good, clean fun. So much good, clean fun. Recently, I've been getting a lot of filthy comments. Boys want me to sud my dirty parts. What do you think?
I think okay. So I think it's really important to think about where soap should be used, and a lot of times soap is only for external use. So I just want to make sure that is what you're doing.
One boy tried to give me $5 to soap my mouth out on live camera, and I was like, gross.
I think you need to embrace it.
Embrace
See,
it.
honey, this is where we differ because I don't know. As much as I love soap and I love it so much, I want to consume it. I don't know that it's meant for consumption in that way. I want to consume it, rubbing it against my arms, my legs, my face, even if it's face soap. but
I mean,
my mouth, that's inside of me.
I
That's the inside.
I think that soap has cleansing properties externally and internally.
So you're saying just do it, just like be dirty and filthy on air.
You need to become clean.
Well, I would say like what is the thing? What's like what's your real thoughts on this? Like, are you afraid to do this because of like the social stigma, or are you afraid to do this because you shouldn't consume soap? And they're both valid, but they're both like things that lead you on different paths. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess I gotta just think this over with my husband later tonight in the shower. So thank you. Thank you for your time.
Okay, yeah. Man, I wish there was an easy way for me to stop these hiccups because they're so fucking annoying.
It's okay. It's, you know what? I've been there. I'll be real. I was hiccuping last week, and I feel bad that I even lashed out at you. I don't think this is gonna work. Oh God.
No, don't say that right now. Don't say that right now. We're on air.
I can't. I don't feel like I'm not strong enough. I don't think we're Carly from Stoneham Zoo.
I'm not strong either, Carly from Strongham Zoo.
Hi, am I interrupting something?
No,
this is healthy.
I love you already.
Great. So I'm Carly from the Stoneham Zoo. I'm calling because the lemurs keep stealing the soap from the Stoneham Zoo bathrooms. We don't even know how they get in there, frankly. They're much smarter than they should be. And the soap's just gone in the morning, and I go to the lemur enclosure, and they just have it all in a big pile where I can see it, and they're dancing around it, sort of as if in mockery of our inability to keep our own soap safe for the visitors. And I just was wondering, you guys obviously know so much about this substance. Do you have any tips on keeping soap secure from zoo animals, especially the wily ones?
Sounds like you need a soap lock.
But first off, I just want to take a step back and say that situation you're describing is adorable.
It's very cute.
Yeah, sometimes I get really mad at them because they're so obviously trying to push my buttons, and then I vacillate because I look at them and I'm just like, you guys should like have your own calendar. So I go back and forth all the time.
Have you ever thought about making a YouTube video of this and then using the money you accrue from the YouTube video and the channel to buy more soap?
You know, it actually hadn't occurred to me to monetize my own mockery by zoo animals, but now that you're bringing it up, that actually would be a great way of fundraising for the zoo.
Yeah, you can monetize anything that is a story, really. So even if the story is negative toward you, like actually if it's negative toward you, that's even better because people hate when people monetize. So like when people monetize, they want to see some sort of self-flagellation there, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. They also flagellate me, so that would be that all works.
Even better.
Have you ever been pushed into the soap?
Once. One time there was a really strong lemur who got behind me. I usually don't let him get behind me, but in this case, I let my guard down, and that's when it happened.
There you go. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. You know, I feel like I don't always let you have the say in things because I'm just so caught up in my own stuff. Like, what do I have going on this week? Oh my God, I have the hiccups. Oh my God, it's such a big deal. So I want you to take this.
I just wanted to say that sounds like heaven to me. A nice strong lemur pushing me into a hot pool of soap. That would be the opposite of perdition. That would be me ascending to the golden throne. My golden throne is moist and a puddle.
Okay, I just want to say that makes me feel a little insecure because like I'm your wife, but I'm not a lemur and I'm not going to push you into a moistened pool. So like where does that leave me? You know what I mean?
I don't think we're going to make it. I just don't.
Fucking say
don't
that.
see it.
Stop
I don't
saying
think we're gonna.
that
I
on
don't
air.
think- We have to tell the kids. We're lying to the kids. We're lying to our fucking children. We make self. We're happy. We're happy. We're not fucking happy. I've never been happy. Fuck.
You've never been happy, okay? Never since the beginning? Like, how can you even say that? How can you say that?
I swept it.
Sorry.
Sorry, Chris.
No. I would have wanted to see where that would go. I wanted to, but we are over it. And I really want to do a little bit of sex with me before we get out of here.
Understandable.
We should have had them
God.
segue into
Yeah.
sex with me.
Guys,
Like a really angry sex with me between them two.
I really wanted to be able to show my Debbie Downer gif, but I didn't have the right moment for that. All right, so we got tons of suggestions. What we're gonna do is a couple of them, and then we're gonna do a 60-second rapid fire, as many as we can challenge. So let's get this going right now with a little bit of sex with me. A huge list came in. I'm gonna challenge you because these are some rough ones. So ready? Panacea. Sex with me is like a panacea.
I don't remember what that means.
It's a
Something
cure-all.
that cures everything. Go ahead, Rachel.
Sorry. Sex with me is like a panacea. I'm Pan. My Nana will be there, and you're gonna see ya. You're gonna see it.
Sex with me is like a panacea. We've been talking about it for years, but when is it gonna happen?
Sex with me is like a panacea. My cum has medicinal properties.
Sex with me is like a panacea because you got to go on WebMD to find out what it means.
Sex with me is like a panacea. Want me to give you my snake's oil?
Oh.
Sex with me is like a panacea. You fuck me and your credit score goes up.
Sex with me is like a panacea. You think it's a good idea, but really it doesn't exist.
Sex with me is like a panacea. It'll get rid of your hiccups. So, Laura, if...
Oh. All right, we're gonna move on to sex with me. It's like these are really hard ones, guys. I'm gonna try and find us a little bit of easier one. Sex with me is like caramel.
Ooh.
Sex with me is like a caramel. It will melt in your mouth, but first it's gonna stick to your teeth.
Sex with me is like caramel. Grandmothers love it. They love to fuck me.
Sex with me is like caramel. I usually just do it with apples.
Sex with me is like caramel. I'm always in your grandfather's pocket.
Sex with me is like a caramel. It usually involves nuts.
Sex with me is like caramel. It's really finicky to make.
Sex with me is like caramel. It will make a new cavity.
Sex with me is like caramel. I'm gonna pop all over your corn. In my head, there was.
Sex with me is.
I liked it.
Sex with me is like caramel. I'm dulce de lecheris.
Sex with me is like caramel. I'm gonna wrap around your Adam's apple, and you can jam me with your stick.
Sex with me, caramel. Put me on an apple at the carnival.
I got nothing for this. Sex with me is like a caramel. Werther's original. I just wanted to say Werther's original. All right, let's go with all right, there's cow patties. Let's see if we can make something like cow patties. Sex with me is like cow patties. Go for it.
Is that poop?
Mm-hmm.
It is, but cow poop.
Sex with me is like a cow patty, very fertile.
Sex with me is like a cow patty. Gonna have to tip me after.
Sex with me is like a cow patty. Cowboys hate it. Cowboys do not like to fuck me.
Sex with me is like a cow patty. It's really weird when it contains raisins.
Sex with me is like a cow patty. It's utterly gross.
Sex with me is like a cow patty. The whole time you're like, I can't believe this is so specific. It needs its own name.
Sex with me is like a cow patty. The whole time you'll be so glad I'm not cow Karen.
Sex with me is like a cow patty. It usually happens on a farm.
Sex with me is like a cow patty. Steamy.
Sex with me is like a cow patty. Flat.
Sex with me is like a cow patty. There's probably a Primus song about it.
Sex with me is like a cow patty. There's either a lot of them in a row or none at all.
Sex with me is like a cow patty. So fancy we call it a cow Patricia.
Sex with me is like a cow patty. A lot of butt stuff.
Sex with me is like a cow patty. You just can't believe it keeps coming.
All right, we're gonna move on to mint perfume. Again, these are very tough ones from Good Shakes.
I don't even know what
Mint
that means.
perfume. Oh, and sorry.
So sex with me is like mint perfume. Probably doesn't exist.
We have a couple on cow patty from the audience. Sex with me is a cow patty. Let's make a mud pie. And sex with me is like a cow patty contributing to global warming. So give you a little more time to think about mint perfume.
Sex with me is like a mint perfume. I'm gonna smell like your tipsy aunt.
Sex with me is like a mint perfume. When you smell it comparatively, your breath will be better.
Sex with me is like a mint perfume. It seems like it'd be clean, but it's not.
Sex with me is like a mint perfume. Like, it's not in excellent condition, but it's not too shabby either.
Sex with me is like mint perfume. I love the smell of money. Mint money.
Sex with me is like a mint perfume. It ain't toothpaste, y'all.
Sex with me is like a mint perfume. I want to show you my spear mint.
Sex with me is like mint perfume. I'm gonna come on the hotel pillow.
Oh, well played. Okay, I got one boggle, and then after this one we're gonna go to our 60-second rapid fire lightning round. Boggle.
Sex with me is like boggle. I'm always looking for new configurations.
Sex with me is like boggle. Peggy Hill loves it.
Sex with me is like boggle, ages 13 and up.
Oh.
Sex with me is like boggle. You're like, should we be playing this in the year 2020? It feels very like 1974. I don't know why.
Sex.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go first. You go.
Sex with me is like boggle. You have to gently rub the hood.
Sex with me is like boggle, but we're gonna make my bed shake.
Sex with me is a lot like boggle. I've only seen it. I've never played it before.
Sex with me is like boggle, fun for your whole family.
Sex with me is like boggle. It has a tiny little hourglass, and we need to finish before it runs out.
Sex with me is like boggle. It comes in a box.
Sex with me is like boggle. 3 players involved.
Good Shakes had the same thought, except said 4 players, up to 4 players involved. So parallel thinking. Also, sex with me is like boggle. You're allowed to go diagonal if you want. That's another one from the chat from Meg.
Not true. That's not true.
All right, so I think it's time for the lightning round. We're gonna put 60 seconds on the clock, and we are going to pick a word. I think this could work. What do you guys think of the word yogurt for sex with me?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. There's some good mining material there.
Right.
So 60 seconds is going up on the clock. We're gonna try to get as many as we can. I'll count them out unless
I've got a tally. I'm ready to take a tally.
He is tallying. Okay. Everyone, free your minds to just explore the space. Get him out there as fast as you can. 60 seconds going up on the clock. And we start now.
Sex with me is like yogurt. If you put the spoon in wrong, it makes a gross sound.
Sex with me is a lot like boggle. It's white and bitter.
Sex with me is like yogurt. Yo, play with my butt.
Sex with me is like yogurt. I want to put a banana in there.
Sex with me is like yogurt. People wait for the store discount.
Sex with me is like yogurt, very cultured.
Sex with me is like yogurt. I'm very sweet, but you have to put some stuff in me first.
Sex with me is like yogurt. I hope you don't have any allergies. Oh no, sorry. Sex with me is like yogurt. I hope you don't have a foot fetish because I lack toes.
Sex with me is a lot like yogurt. I'm a parody of Yoda from Spaceballs.
Sex with me is like yogurt. It's good with Greeks.
Sex with me is like yogurt. I like it when there's a Dan on me. Dan on.
Oh.
Oh, all right.
Sex with me is like yogurt. You don't have to freak out when I'm past my due date.
All right.
Yogurt is
We're
like
out of
me, very creamy.
That was it?
We're out of time. How many we get?
12.
12. Oh, wow. We were hovering
Keep
around
going
the.
with yogurt.
Yeah, I mean, yogurt's like there's a lot there. Guys, we got a couple from the audience. We got sex with me is like yogurt. There's bacteria in there, but it's good bacteria. And sex with me is like yogurt because sex with me is like yogurt because I like Joe Body. I like Joe Body.
So Botany.
Joe Body.
Bonnie.
I was
Nice.
like Joe Biden.
I mean, he
Vote
kind
for
of is
Joe
yogurt
Biden.
a little bit.
I think he's more like cottage cheese at this point.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah.
Well, guys.
It's like Joe Biden. It wasn't your first choice. It wasn't your second choice, and it wasn't your third choice.
But you didn't want to go hungry, so this is funny.
Oh man, Senny has one.
But
Sex
the
with me
media
is like
telling you have to eat it.
sex with me is like yogurt. It's pro-erotic. That's from Senny.
Hey.
Senny threw one out there. Guys, the show has come to an end. I'm sad to say we must go. Ah, shit. I'm sad to say we must go. But thank you very much, everyone, for watching. And sorry we went a little over tonight. Thanks again to everybody for performing. Anyone have anything they got to plug? Rachel?
I have a 2MB Studios. That's the Twitch channel that I do shows on, and I have a show this Sunday at 3.
They have a lot of good shows on there. 3 Eastern. Who else? Anything else anyone want to plug?
Can I do something?
Yeah.
Thank you. I have a podcast called Yes and Murder, and it's a fictional series of improv murders, and it's funny, I hope. So please listen to it on anywhere you can listen to podcasts, especially iTunes or Stitcher. Thank you.
Anybody else in the old?
I'm coming out with a new flavor of yogurt.
Respect.
I thought you had.
It's hair yogurt.
Okay.
All right.
Ronnie, you want to plug your show?
Sure. I have a weekly show on YouTube Live on Saturdays at 7 p.m. Pacific time called Roast Yourself.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
All right, then I guess that's all the plugs we have. All right.
Did it.
We plugged it. I'm going to put the credits up. Thank you very much again, guys. Have a good week. If you liked what you saw and you're able to give, you find yourself in a position where you can give to charity, there's a link for Color of Change, which is a pretty good charity on the About section. Thanks again, guys. Have a good night. And I can't find the credits. Oh, there they are. Okay.
Can we get a suggestion? Online bro. Come on. Kick it to the bridge. 2, 3, 4. Can I get a suggestion, please?
I was sitting in the back, I was looking at the scene, I was thinking about doing a walk on. Cause I do a little yes and I do a little and, try to make the scene as funny as I can. And you know that I don't say no, cause if you say no, I was sitting in the back